Some crazy stuff happened this week.
Dude, some shit went down.
Hello, welcome back.
We are back. Happy Monday. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have upgraded our mics.
Big time.
And if you're watching on YouTube, we look like we're actually in a professional studio.
How cute are these mics right now? Are
Yeah.
you joking me?
We got pink microphones, you guys.
Like the sun is shining through right now on you, and there's just like this halo of pink around you.
What a perfect
Is this
moment.
real life?
Yeah. We have taken some opportunities to upgrade. I spent literally all morning cleaning out the room that we're in and gave us a little bit of a space. We're recording together for the first time in weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And
This is also the first time we've seen each other in like over a week.
yeah. So, how's life been?
Not as good as life has probably been for you.
Oh, well, that's a different story. We'll get there.
Yeah. But all right, how is life for you? Give me an update. Tell me.
Look, I've been home like 2 days from the Dominican Republic. I'm real sad.
Oh.
I'm real sad. Like, I just am a beach girly. I am a warm weather beach girly. I know we've talked about this before, but I just can't do the cold shit. Like, it sends me into such a deep state of depression. I was like getting a normal like 7 to 8 hours of sleep there, less some nights, and was waking up like totally okay, like everything's fine. And I got home and I feel like I need to sleep like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hate this.
You kind of left at like a perfect time too. Like the night, like you left super early, like 6 a.m. you had to be at the airport.
Yeah, but I didn't get to my hotel until like 8 or 9.
Well, you had to be to the airport super early, but that night before, we had like a snow squall.
Yeah, yeah.
I should look up exactly what that is, but it's basically just like a downpour of snow.
But it also, there was like a flash freeze or
Yeah.
something that night too. So
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm getting to is there was just horrendous weather.
literally the whole time I was gone.
Yeah, it was like gray, and so it was just a perfect week to escape to the beach.
Yeah, it was amazing. But I definitely would love to still be there. Working on my tan, but we all know this. This is the same shit, different day.
You are like a half a shade darker.
Yeah.
Like you got sun for
Oh, I
sure.
did.
You look sun-kissed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, who is she with a tan?
Also, I walked in your house today
Yes.
wearing my snow boots and full winter coat, and you're wearing like a tank top.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, she's got like beach brain right now.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. Happy for you though.
Yeah. I literally the last day I had to put on yoga pants to come home. And I was like struggling to put them on. And I like almost had a mental breakdown in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why do I have to put pants on right now? I've literally been living in like a swimsuit and a cover up for like the last 5 days, living the dream. And I don't know, it's just sad, but it is what it is.
I really hope that we retire on the beach together one day.
Yeah, one day.
Just live life on the
One
beach.
day. That's the goal. Aside from being sad to be home, the Dominican Republic was amazing though.
Yeah. What are some highlights?
It was my first time staying at a resort, which was really, really cool. I have never had that experience before.
Was it like all inclusive?
Yeah.
Cool. So how's like activities, food?
Yeah, there were so many things going on. It was, to me, it was just like being on a cruise, except for like you wake up in the same place instead of like waking up in a new place every day.
Oh.
So it was definitely like my vibe. Like I love cruises. Like it's not, I don't want to like always travel via cruise, but I just love like going on cruises. I think they're so fun. And so like this resort thing was cool, except for like I did start to get the itch of like, okay, we need to like go do something else. And so we did. We booked a day excursion to a national park.
Ooh.
But the national park was its own island. So we booked like a VIP experience to a like secluded beach. And like we got to go to a sandbar before that with like these giant starfish.
Oh, did you touch them?
No, they said that like if you see one, don't touch them. And like they weren't where we were on the sandbar because because there had been so many people, they were like migrating farther offshore to like different places.
Cool. Like how big?
Like literally like this, like
it's almost a foot long,
like as big as my head, like bigger than my head.
Crazy.
And they weren't like the starfish where like it's a star all the way to the center. Ooh. Do you know what I mean? They were like the ones that are kind of like loose looking stars. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, they're more like a squished octopus almost looking, where it's like kind of connected, like webbed.
Yeah.
Okay,
like a webbed starfish. That's a beautiful way of explaining it.
What color are they?
They were like orangey red.
Ooh, okay.
They were super cool looking. We saw them from the boat when we were leaving the sandbar to go to the island.
I had to ask the color because when I think starfish, I think of like a tannish orangey thing, right?
Yeah.
But the only wild starfish I've ever seen were like a purpley red.
Yeah, okay, I've seen like that too. I've seen a few different colored starfish, but like these ones I saw were the first ones I've seen of like that shape.
Cool.
So like I thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
And then like the private island was like really, really cool.
What'd you do on the island? Like what was there to just look?
We shot a lot of content.
That's good.
But because we were on job, but we did relax for like 30 minutes. So we were there for like 2.5 hours, and they had like really, really good pina coladas and a pineapple, which I like.
Ooh, in a pineapple? It's like the dream.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had a drink in a piece of fruit, and today is the day on this beautiful private island.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Like, it was like literally the most beautiful beach I've ever seen. Like,
Anna, if you're listening, because that's our favorite bartender friend, our friend who is a bartender who makes our drinks. Anna, we do want to come over to your house and make margaritas and pina coladas in a pineapple.
Yes, please. Can we do that? We all need that in our lives.
Yeah.
I have always been somebody who's like, I don't like pineapples. And then I started going to these like tropical places, and I'm like, pineapple is so good here. I refuse to eat pineapple if I'm not in a place where like pineapples grow.
Oh.
Like, or more tropical places. Like,
yeah. It's so funny. Sense. I didn't know you had a phase where you didn't like pineapples, because you have literally a pineapple hoodie that you wear. Like,
yeah. No, from the Dole plantation. Yeah. No, but I don't like them, like, or I would say I didn't like them because of the texture. I still sometimes have a hard time with texture, but that's usually like if I'm buying a pineapple here in South Dakota versus like eating one in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's very different.
I love pineapple, but I haven't, and I love pineapple here. So I can't imagine how delicious.
It's so good. You'll never go back.
Oh,
You'll never go back. I promise. One day you'll try it. But I do really want to tell you about my scuba diving experience.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, please.
Mariah.
Oh no, what? I can't read your face.
It's like one of those things where I'm like trying to laugh about it now. It was the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely fucking terrifying.
Oh.
Like, I have never in my life, like, genuinely thought I'm going to die. Like,
oh, Nikki.
I was losing my fucking mind.
How deep did you go?
40 feet to a shipwreck.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah. And, like, the visibility wasn't as clear as I thought it was going to be. And so, like, that also made me really nervous. But they start you out, obviously, with, like, safety things. So, like, we had to do, like, a registration with, like, PADI, which is, like, basically, like, the #1 scuba certifying company in, like, the world. And so we did that once we got to, like, our scuba shop. And, you know, they give you, like, the basic rundown of, like, here's a diagram on, like, if your breather thing gets knocked out of your mouth, how you get it back in your mouth. And then, like, if your mask fills up with water, how you clear it. And, like, all of those things. And, like, different hand signals and, like, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. And, like, I don't remember which one it was because now I have, like, a fear of it all. But, like, one of those things was, like, something I had not thought of before as, like, being something scary. And then, like, I was like, oh, fuck, I now have a new fear. And so, like, but thankfully it was just Faith and I, like, in a group with an instructor.
So it wasn't
like,
a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, it was like, if there would have been more than just Faith and I probably would have been like, I'm not doing this. Like,
really?
Yeah. because I was not okay.
I have seen a lot of horror stories, not a lot maybe, but I have heard of people like going out with big scuba diving excursions and they get left. Like, have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that, and I don't want to see that. But I was talking to somebody like on the beach at the resort, and he's like PADI certified, so like he can just kind of go do his own thing. And he said, because you only have to be like 10 to go scuba diving, which I think is insane, but like whatever. And he brought his son out one time and turned around and his son was gone. Like he lost his son scuba diving, and like they were in like an instructor group thing. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And his wife goes, well, thankfully he swam back to the boat. And what had happened is he was like, had tried to tell his dad and like the instructor multiple times, like, I'm not okay. Like, I just want to go. I don't want to be down here. And they either didn't see it, whatever. And he just decided, fuck you. And he like swam back to the boat by himself, which is like a no-go. Like you don't do that. And so like that freaked me out. But he had told, like that happened. He told me that story like after I had gone. So, but yeah. They walk you through like all of that like initial safety stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm like really nervous, and then they take us to like a really shallow beach, like I could stand, and it was like chest deep, like shallow, to make us practice to do all the things. And we're practicing like standing up, and I'm still like, oh my God, I feel like I can't breathe. But she's like telling you the like how slow you should be breathing. And so I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm breathing slow, but I still felt like I was like panicking, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I was having all of these moments, and I was like, oh my God. And then we get in the water, and we're like literally kneeling on the bottom. I could like stick my arm up, and like up to my elbow would be out of water. And I was full panicking. I was like, I can't, like 4 times I had to stop the training we were doing and stand up, because I was like, I feel like I can't breathe. Like my mask is moving on my face. Like I'm freaking out. And she had to like talk me through it. And then I eventually like realized I wasn't breathing at the pace that was best for me. Like her breaths were like shallower than mine. So the pace she was like telling me to breathe at was like not nearly slow enough for me. So like, and then I was anxious. So then it was like just upping my heart rate, and I felt like I wasn't getting enough air. And like, there were like so many things that were like freaking me out about it. And I was like, okay. And then like I had to be able to do the like, oh, I lost my mask, bring it back in, or my air, bring it back in, like, oh, my mask filled up with water, like clear my mask, like kind of thing. And then like when she told us about it, she was like, oh yeah, like you probably like, she's like, in all my time diving, I've never seen anybody like lose their mask or their breather. She goes, but like the chances of you even having to like clear your mask to be able to see are like really slim. And I was like, okay, cool, great. And then we get on a boat and we drive 5 minutes offshore to like to the rope to anchor down to the shipwreck. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like we're doing it. We're going down. And we start going down, and we're probably 20 feet down. And I had a full panic attack, like underwater. Like my mask immediately started to fill up with water, and like it wasn't sitting right on my face, and I like couldn't figure it out. And then I like started to get short breath, and I was like, oh my God. And she was like, she had just got done taking a photo of us after I said I was good, because I was like, oh, I'm good. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm not good. I was like, I could feel like water in my nostrils, and I like started to panic, and I was like, oh my God. And she basically like got me to calm down, and then was like, you know, you have to clear your mask. I ended up having to clear my mask like probably 100 times while we were under there for like 45 minutes.
So it didn't quite fit right or something?
Yeah.
Were they full face or just like the eye part?
No, it was eye and nose. Yeah. So when you scuba dive.
And that's really hard to get used to, is not breathing through your nose at all.
Yeah. And so like that's what I was struggling with in like the shallow end. Like when we were in the shallow beach part practicing. And then when we got down there, I was like, oh my God, oh my fucking God, oh my God. Like full panic on everything. Aww. I was like, oh, this is insane. And then she calmed me down. She did really great. I will say, like, all the praise, hands up, everything to this instructor for dealing with my bullshit.
Yeah.
Like she really got me through it, and like really kept it together, and like fully like got me through the whole experience, and was so excited for me. Like once we got down there and we're swimming around and I'm like pointing at fish and like doing all this stuff, she was like, yay, like clapping, like was so stoked that I was like at least looking around and like having a good time in that sense. But like the whole time, I think probably like we did a lap around, like we were halfway around the ship, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I think I get the point. Like I just want to go up and like take this as my first experience and like be done with it. And I was just like, I was so done. But I kept going and ended up seeing like a lot of really cool stuff, like saw like a rockfish, we swam with a barracuda. Like, he was chill. Like, it wasn't scary. Faith was more scared of that. Faith had no fear of anything else. Faith did great. But we saw that barracuda and the instructor started to swim towards it. And I was like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Let's go see that fucking barracuda. Because we wanted to see it. Like, because it like the visibility wasn't like super good. So I just wanted to be like a little closer. Faith. And Faith was like, no, why are we swimming towards it? Like, no.
Swim towards I do not want to swim towards a barracuda.
It was like so that. Cool. It was so cool though. Okay. Like, that stuff I liked. Like, when I got distracted enough, I did really enjoy that. But when I couldn't compartmentalize hard enough and I was like, oh, I'm just 40 feet under fucking water right now.
Can I say something really scary?
What?
If you were kind of not vibing with like the mask and breathing right and stuff, imagine a little bit of a barracuda attack on top of that.
I just don't think that would happen. Like, I don't. At that point, I think like I would forget about the fucking breathing and the mask not fitting right. Like, at that point, honestly, attack me, barracuda, so I can forget about the rest of it.
Barracuda, I needed a distraction. Can you just gouge me a bit?
Yeah. Like, I literally no fear about anything in the ocean. Like, I don't, like, it's none of that. It's simply the water itself. It's nothing in the water. It's the water itself that scares the shit out of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this brings me to a huge question.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about free diving?
Better.
What?
I think I will vibe better with free diving. I think I will like that so much more.
Okay.
Because it's all my control. Like, I don't have to rely on anything to breathe. I just have to do proper breath work and trust my own body. I don't have to like trust any machinery. Like, and then I just need to buy a mask that fits my face. Mm-hmm. And it's my own ability to do whatever. Because I went the next day, we went back to the resort after the scuba dive that day. But the next morning, I took the mask out that you bought me and I went snorkeling off of our resort. Right? It just leaks a little bit. And I don't know if it's because it doesn't fit right or like what. But it worked. Like, it was perfect. Like, I had
just for like shallow, like looking.
Yeah.
Weird. Well,
but it was like.
You should practice it. I was going to say it in the bathtub, but you're not a bath girl. So anyway.
No, I'm not. But I was out there like snorkeling the next day and I was like, yeah, I think free diving and like just snorkeling is my thing. Like,
okay, good.
I think I'll probably try and get myself to scuba again a couple more times, but like.
Yeah, that's okay. And that's okay. Yeah.
The idea was to push myself past limits and fears and go into things. And I did it. And I do think it's really cool. Like, I understand the hype. Like, I understand why people want to be underwater. I get it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool.
I'd rather snorkel though.
Yeah. But the machinery and the water itself scares the absolute living shit out of me. And like the moments with the wildlife just haven't outweighed anything yet. I think like I just have to get to a point where like I know a little bit maybe more about like the fish and the things that live in the water so that I can distract myself a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
But at the very end, we swam over the shipwreck and there were like, we were looking up and there were just like schools of fish everywhere. Like, I didn't see it going down, but like they're just swimming everywhere and they're so close to us and it's really cool. And I was like looking around and I was like, oh, this is sick. And I turned to the right and there's a fish literally like not even like 8 inches from my face. Scared the shit out of me. And it's like just a little like average Joe fish. She did tell us like sometimes they'll come up and like nibble on you, just like.
Ooh, I wouldn't like that very much.
But they don't like have teeth. It's just something they do. It's like a little fish
checking
suck.
It out.
Yeah. And I turned and he was right there. I jumped like so hard. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I started to look around and we were surrounded by him. Like the school of fish was just like swimming around us. And I was like, oh, this is fucking so sick. Like I got chills for a second. I was like, oh, this is rad. This is fucking super cool.
So was it just the three of you?
Yeah.
So like who keeps watch for sharks?
I don't know if that's like a worry that people have. Like that wasn't something we discussed.
Okay. They didn't tell you.
I think Faith asked at one point, but I was so much in my anxiety about drowning, about like wildlife, and our instructor Paula was just like, you don't have to worry about a fucking thing. She was like, it's a whatever thing.
My anxiety would be high just on like jellyfish. How do you know if a stingray is trying to get you?
I feel like jellyfish only exist in certain places in the world, and they typically like.
I'm not an oceanologist.
Yeah, but you gotta like look those things up before you get in the water so you're not scared.
For sure. Well, also just some jellyfish are like really small and their tentacles can be like clear and so long that like you can get a little zappy and not even see the jellyfish, which scares me. Because that, not that like it would hurt or kill me, like people don't really die from jellyfish stings per se, but if you get zapped, it's gonna scare you, it's gonna startle you, even if it's probably happened before. And that getting startled on top of having to like monitor my breathing and stuff, that's just like a lot. And that's
but I think like that's just something to like do research on before you go, like if that area has jellyfish, and if it does, if it's just like one part of the year where it's at, like stuff like that. But like we were there during whale season, so like there was a chance like we could have seen a whale. We didn't see any whales, but you know what I did see for the first time, which was really bizarre, not while I was scuba diving, but like coming back from that island, flying fish.
Ooh,
it was fucking super cool. They were just like across the surface, and it was so rad.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking cool. And
I'm into boats.
Yeah, no, it was my first time on a catamaran, and I was like, this is fucking super sick.
Catamaran.
Yeah, those are the ones that kind of have like two big long pieces on like oh shit, I just elbowed the wall. Like two long, like kind of looks like a floaty on either side,
like
and
almost
then
pontoons.
Yeah, but then they have like nets in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And like a sail and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I saw like the biggest, oh my God, saw the biggest stingray I've ever seen in my life while we were on that. And I was like, oh, that was sick. But I'm just not, I'm not scared of the wildlife. I just think it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not scared of the wildlife too much, but being in their territory when I can't easily get out of it scares me a little bit.
Yeah, but like how is that any different than like going hiking through the hills in like mountain lion country? Like it's no different.
Yeah, I guess I've been in mountain lion country so much that I personally know my personal odds, and I just haven't been like in shark territory a whole lot.
Yeah, but that's just like the difference is like it's
like
the
more
same
you do
thing,
it,
different. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of like my fear with the ocean is like I don't know general ocean safety things. Like,
yeah, and I want to learn more about like what type of snails you can touch and like what you should be careful not to brush up against and like all that stuff.
Yeah, so. She basically like she told us about this like rockfish thing, and she was like, yeah, if you see that, she's like she showed us a hand signal. They have different hand signals for different kind of fish, so that you can communicate underwater. And she was like, if I give you, it was some signal, I don't remember what it was. She goes, it's a rockfish, get the fuck away from it, because you like one scrape on their little pokey thing, and she's like, it can kill you.
Does it get embedded? Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
And you saw one?
I think we did. We saw something that looked really similar to one, but he was just she was like, look, and I look over and the fish is like there with his mouth open. He's like, and she said that like when you're a more experienced like diver, you could go down and look, and he's got little purple micro shrimp that like clean out their teeth.
Cool.
So he just sits there with his mouth open while the shrimp clean his teeth.
So,
yeah, so that's what was happening, and I was like, oh, that's sick. But yeah, and then we got all said and done, got out. We were only down there for like 45 minutes, and we get out, we're going back, and she goes, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think you were gonna make it.
Oh,
she was like,
and you did?
Yeah, she was like, I literally thought you were gonna back out. She was like, I thought you were just gonna swim to the top and go back to the boat and be like, bye, Felicia. And I was like, no, I think I'm more embarrassed of not doing things than doing things.
Yeah.
So
it's like all of the work that you put into like going to the Dominican Republic, finding a scuba dive, like just fucking get through it. Probably. Yeah. I'm proud of you for finishing it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like really stoked that I did it.
Did you have your GoPro or anything with you? Did you do any underwater footage? Oh, sad.
I did, and like I did all the research, and it said that the GoPro would be fine at that depth, but we got down there and the top like record button pressurized, and you couldn't actually click the button. So it was on, but I couldn't like actually record anything. But our instructor did have her like old GoPro Hero 4. So she did get like some footage of us. I just don't know like how good that's going to be in like the YouTube
I don't
videos
care
and stuff.
I don't care about well, yeah, I just want to see it.
No, I'll show it to you. She's got like some good photos and like stuff like that are like really funny. But it is like she got some good stuff, but I was a little bit bummed that I couldn't get more.
What gen is your GoPro?
A 9.
Oh, you got like a new.
Yeah, there's an 11. The latest out now is an 11. But I also my GoPro did fucking break down there because it pressurized too hard.
So it doesn't work right now?
No, it does. But like it's all like the inside of everything is like fogged out because like water got inside. So like it works, but like the screens are questionable.
Shoot.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. But
well,
it is what it is.
That was intense. Like that was a good story.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And now I have a new 30 before 30 thing checked off my list. And we'll be uploading that video this week.
Yeah. I really hyped up that I was going to have a big week while you were gone.
Yeah, you did.
And I tried.
Okay, well, tell me what you tried. Hold on. I need a drink of water. I don't know about you. I need a water break.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can you guys hear us drinking water?
That was
Is
weird.
this like ASMR for drinking water out of a cup with our new microphones?
We need to slurp ramen. Oh, that made me have to pee.
Oh, no.
I took my nephew to the monster truck show.
Oh, my God. Yeah, how was that?
It was fun. He was excited.
Did he make it through the whole thing? Because my nephew fell asleep.
Oh, they were there?
No. Like,
oh, like before?
Yeah.
He did. We left a little early. He was just kind of being spicy and bored.
Yeah, I feel like there's only so much that can be entertaining at that age there.
Yeah, and it's not like pure monster truck. They have like motocross and go-kart racing or whatever. They have all this other stuff in between, and he wasn't into that stuff.
Okay.
So
he just wanted to see the big crushing action.
Yeah, and we also were really high up, and we were kind of running late. So it just kind of was like a combo of like he wasn't super, but we had snacks and his dinosaurs and whatever, so we had fun. He was really cute the whole time. Did you see the pictures I put on Facebook?
No, I haven't. Like,
that's okay.
Shit.
That's okay. Yeah, I got some cute pictures of him. The day before I was like, I'm that aunt that I'm taking him to monster trucks. He needs a new monster truck, and I want a monster truck shirt for him to wear.
Oh, cute.
So my mom and I went to like a couple different stores and finally found a monster truck shirt. And it had a big monster truck, and it said crushing it or crush time. And it's a monster truck driving over a shirt or over a car.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was cute. So, and he wore a little denim jacket over it with his denim jeans rolled up with his little Converse, and he was just like a little big boy.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm here and I'm thriving.
Yeah.
Have you been like, did you go to the monster trucks when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Have you been as an adult, or was that your first time as an adult?
I've been.
How do you feel about the gas in there, like the smell?
Okay, so I was telling my mom before.
Okay, for those of you at home that don't know what this is like in small town South Dakota, there's a monster truck, like
it's a metal clash. I think they go all over like the Midwest, or I think they go around. It's like a tour.
But, but it's probably like small town things.
Yeah.
And basically they do it like inside in an arena. So like imagine all of these vehicles like letting out all of their exhaust to like launch themselves like 100 feet on a car. And
it reeks.
It's you're literally just breathing like straight exhaust. Like what they tell you not to do, like don't sit in your garage with your car on, is basically like what this is.
Yeah, it's
like,
a whole stadium.
Yeah, it's a whole stadium with the car on.
So actually it took place in the new arena.
Okay.
And I don't know if the ventilation's different or what was going on, because every other year I remember the monster trucks being really cold. Like it's cold in there.
Yeah.
And it's stinking so bad. It was not cold and it didn't stink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the baby was literally in t-shirt part of the time.
Oh.
Like
I have not been in that new arena at all, so I have no perspective on that. But
and there was no odor. But I was carrying him up these steps and stuff, or carrying him to the thing, and he's a beefy 2-year-old. And I told him, I was like, ooh, buddy, I don't know if I can carry you. You're chunky. And he goes, yeah, I chunky.
He's so cute. I love that.
I'm obsessed.
I love that.
But I just love time with him, so it was good.
Yeah, what else did you do this week?
I spent a lot of time with my mom and my nephew.
Cute.
Over there. Yeah, it was good. My mom and I have started like an online boutique store, like selling a lot on like Mercari and stuff. But I have one event that was kind of a big bummer. Not kind of at all, a big bummer. So I'm really starting up this, like, having my own business, like, doing my own thing. You know, I just quit my job.
Yeah.
So my mom and I were going to the post office. It was an exciting day because we had literally so many packages to unload that we had to use the back door of my van.
Oh.
Yeah. So I slid the door open. We went and took packages in. We come back out and I realized that the sliding door is not closed all the way. So my mom and I sat, like, trying to get the door closed. Actually, okay, I carried packages in and my mom stayed in the van. That's important to the story. We could not get the sliding door on my van to close, no matter what we did. And it's blizzarding out. Like, it is blowing snow. It's freezing freaking cold. So my mom and I are messing with it. And you can't drive with the door open. But then, even more importantly, like, you can't lock the doors because, like, if for some reason, if the door is not latched, it won't let you lock the other doors.
Yeah.
So we were, like, messing with it. And finally, we decided to just ratchet strap it closed so we could take it to, like, the dealership to get fixed. And, of course, at this point, the dealership's already closed. But as I was messing with stuff, I cut this finger really bad. I also cut my thumb, but that one's kind of healed. So anyways, there was, like, blood all over and, it was freezing cold. It totally sucked.
What happened?
So we went to the dealership first thing the next morning. They couldn't get us in for 2 more days. And, like, at this point, I'm like, well, I live, like, in an apartment building, so I can't leave my van there unlocked. And so I had to spend the night at my mom's house, which is fine. We had, like, a slumber party. And my nephew was so excited to see me first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But ended up taking to another place to get fixed. This is going to piss you off.
What?
They literally said that there was, like, ice that formed over one of the locking mechanism things. They literally took a blowtorch to the door and it fixed. And it was over $200.
They charged you for that?
Yes.
For what? Like, the blowtorch itself doesn't cost $200.
No. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How long did they have it? Were they trying to charge you labor or time?
Probably. It had it about 2 hours. I don't know how long they actually worked on it. But yeah.
Oh, they totally fucking scammed you.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. $200?
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all either.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, it was a big blow.
Where did you take it?
So it's a Ram ProMaster. So I went to there's, like, the Ram Liberty store, and then across the street it's, like, Jeep Liberty, whatever. They're like co-owned. So they sent me over to the Jeep one.
Oh.
Yeah, which I wanted to take it to the dealership because if they needed to, like, replace any
Yeah. No, I know why you
door.
took it. Yeah.
But yeah, if I would have just known that needed to be thawed, I would have just called your mom and said, hey, can I park in your garage overnight?
Yeah.
Pay you $100?
Yeah.
Or somebody's mom.
Jesus.
But yeah, so that was really a bummer. And it was just, like, you know how it is when you have to take your car taken in, you have to, like, get a ride to it, and
yeah,
it's just, like, a lot. So that was kind of, like, a big bummer.
That sucks.
Yeah. We did some work out at my grandpa's house. He's been needing some, like, repairs and work, so we kind of worked out there. Really, that was my week. But this morning I did something absolutely crazy.
Slept till 1 o'clock and then texted me and said good morning.
Okay, I didn't really want that on the internet, but, like, yes, I did. So whatever. Okay. It is time change, so technically it was only 12. And then on top of that, I got home really late and it was cold out, so I had to take a hot bath and I didn't go to bed till, like, really late.
What's really late?
I don't know. I probably didn't fall asleep till, like, 3 a.m., okay? And I have Crohn's disease, so I'm tired.
I'm pulling the Crohn's card.
That was the first time I have played the Crohn's card like that.
She literally said that to me earlier. I was like, oh, you texted me at, like, 1 o'clock and said good morning. And she goes, well, time change happened, so it wasn't even noon. I was like, because that's better. You slept till noon. And
if we want to get more technical, I texted you at, like,
it was 12:40. No, it was 12:40. I had that timestamp.
Technically only 11:40 with the time change. So honestly, I don't really want to hear it from you. Don't look at me. So, okay, anyways, when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was open up TikTok after I did my morning stuff. And I saw this TikTok about tickets. If you have your original pre-sale code, you can use them to buy tickets again. Like,
how do they still have tickets to sell?
Only the first location, Glendale, Arizona, is opened up. Hey. And so I was like, oh, that's super interesting. So I just like went on and looked at tickets, and they had floor seats for like what we paid for our floor seats.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I called my mom and I was like, Mom, do you still want to go to a Taylor Swift concert? And my mom was like, yeah, maybe. I'll look up flights. You keep looking up tickets. So my mom and I were like this close to going to a Taylor Swift concert. Not a Taylor Swift concert. The opening night.
And it didn't happen? Why didn't it happen?
No, because round trip tickets from here to Phoenix were like $2,000.
What, did you not check Denver? Because they have round trip tickets from Denver for like $80.
Well, my mom can't really be gone super long because she's taking care of my nephew.
You could literally do that in 48 hours.
Yeah, my mom's just not like the type of traveler that can drive 6 hours and then fly and then go to a crazy concert, and like that's kind of a lot for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That would have been sick though.
Yeah. Like, depending on where I'm at geographically and what's going on in my life, I will be checking locations near me.
Yeah.
As they start going for sale or as they start coming up.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm not going to a last minute Taylor concert, but I am making future plans to attend future maybe last minute concerts.
That'd be really sick. I can't believe it's like 5 days away.
Yeah.
From our current, by the time this goes up, it'll be like a week after.
Yeah. So when I want to see a new movie or whatever, I refuse to watch full previews.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, but okay.
I know. People think it's weird. But I just don't like sneak peeks. I don't like to know what's going to happen. So like when it comes to the Taylor Swift concert, it's that with a tenfold. I don't want to know anything.
Then you cannot open TikTok.
Any social media.
You cannot open literally anything until we get to Tampa.
I know. But even then it's like, I don't know. Like, okay, we went to the Billie Eilish concert, and when she was touring, it was all over social media.
Yeah. And
there were certain parts of the show that kind of became like viral.
For sure.
And I was excited to know those parts were coming up. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of on the fence. Like,
but I also feel like because we have no idea what the Eras tour is, I like have a really sneaking suspicion that the set list is going to be different every show.
Yeah, I think something like that is going to happen. But also, have you seen the Hulu thing?
I saw like a hint of it. I have not been on the internet.
I know. Yeah, so you were out of the country, so I figured. So if you type in Taylor Swift on Hulu, this series comes up. It's like the Eras Tour Live, and it's got like multiple episodes. And the first episode premieres on the 10th. AKA opening night.
Yeah.
So people aren't sure if she's going to like live stream the concerts or like if it's going to be like the making of or like what is going on, but something's happening.
How wild would it be if she live streamed every fucking concert?
What a fuck you to Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
I'd be so like, if that happens,
Hulu will skyrocket.
Well, yes, but
as they should.
I will not consume anything that Taylor puts out.
Yeah.
I will be watching it the first minute it premieres.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting concert sneak peeks from Taylor, I'll be...
Yeah, that's different than just like every Joe Schmo.
Yeah. And it's just crazy to me that she has not said anything. Do you remember like when during the Reputation tour, she was like doing those updates all the time. Like, here's my microphone. Here's how I get from one stage to the other. Here's an outfit I'm going to wear.
I haven't really been on the internet, but when I have, the things that I have seen about the concert is like people's outfits and things like that. But I haven't seen a single solid theory as to like what this fucking concert is going to be in the slightest. Like there are no Easter eggs to be had right now.
Yeah. And there's so many wild things happening. Like her most popular album was 1989.
Is that really her most popular album?
Her most popular songs, because they're it's the pop CD.
Yeah.
And so they're the most
Yeah. I get it.
If she performs, she's going to have to perform those songs.
Absolutely.
she doesn't own the masters to that. Like, she hasn't remade her own version of 1989 yet.
No, but so she can't, right? That's
she can do certain songs. There's like there's like legal stuff with other stuff, but she could re-record like Shake It Off, Taylor's version. No, Shake It Off's the one that has the thing. Yeah, there's like parts of it she could do, but she hasn't. So it's just all like, how is she going to go on tour not owning the masters of these songs and perform the songs? Like, is she going to drop them?
She can still perform them.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's all just a lot.
Yeah, I think she still will perform them because she knows what they mean to us. Like, yeah. And she knows that, like, we support her as Swifties to, like, getting the rights back to those songs, or, like, to be, you know, like, she knows that there's a balance there. I think I would be really surprised if she didn't perform anything.
Oh, I would be shocked. Especially with calling it the Eras Tour. If it was, like, the Midnights Tour or, like, the Last Year Tour.
Yeah.
Or you're performing everything from the last, like,
pandemic and post-pandemic tour.
Yeah, I mean, she could have found, like, a cool way of saying, hey, it's my last 4 albums, the ones that I own. Yeah. And those are the only 4 songs I'm gonna tour. Yeah. Everyone would have been fine with that. Yeah. 4 songs, 4 albums. Like, what's a 4? A quad? She could have called it the Quad Tour.
Yeah, something.
Like, yeah, but she called it the Eras Tour. So she literally has to perform something from each era.
Yeah. That's my thing. And I'm like, how is she going to pick? Like, every time, like, I've been, like, listening to her discography on Spotify. Yeah. And every time, like, a new song pops up and I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's going to perform this one. Oh, I bet she's going to perform this. And then I'm like, I've said that about 150 times.
And there's, like, what became popular on the internet, what became popular on the radio, what songs she released as a single, what songs have a music video, what songs just became crowd favorites. Like Cornelia Street, everybody loves Cornelia Street, but it wasn't a single, it doesn't have a music video.
Yeah. But it, well, and then I'm like, is she going to perform the 10 minutes of All Too Well? Because she knows that we all want to see that, but that's 10 minutes of her allotted showtime. And then I'm like, okay, what if she just does a bunch of sick mashups? And then I'm like, but not everybody's going to want to hear all mashups.
Mashups would be a little bit disappointing in a way.
But there are a couple really good mashups.
Oh, yeah, I would be down for some mashups.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, like, there's it's like, what the fuck is she going to do?
I know. But I also just, like when she talks.
Yeah. Like, think about the speeches she's going to give. Oh, I just got chills.
Oh, God. Yeah, so full circle. I kind of want the spoilers.
Okay. I think I kind of do too.
I think that she's also like a very savvy businesswoman, and she knows that like social media is more accessible than it ever has been before, and she knows the minute she goes on stage, it's going to be live streamed and across the internet.
Yeah.
So I kind of think she's gonna, like, the clean speech became very popular during the Reputation era. It was a little bit different each location. Part of me really thinks like she's gonna switch it up every single show.
Well, yeah, it's been so, think about how many eras of her life that we've seen since the last time she was able to go on tour.
Yeah.
Like, everything has been so different in so many different ways that it's like she's probably got 1,000,001 fucking speeches that she could be giving.
Yeah.
She's got 1,000,001 things that she can talk about and evolve through and like speak to us all as like Swifties about all of it. So I don't know.
Gives me goosebumps.
I know, me too. It's going to be so wild. I'm probably going to be crying the whole time. I still haven't ordered my outfit.
That's so stressful.
I know what I'm going to order. I just haven't ordered
I know, but like it gives me secondhand anxiety.
I know, I need to
especially because you want to DIY parts of it, maybe, possibly.
Oh yeah, I haven't figured out the jacket that I'm going to wear to DIY yet, so that's a different problem.
Well, I'm here for you.
Thanks.
Just let me know. I did find mine.
Yes.
Like my mom and I were shopping and we found this dress and it kind of had like really cute sleeves, but then when we pulled it out, we were like, oh, that's weird. And then I pulled out some other dresses to try on. Because I was like, I want to be a dress girly this summer.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be a dress girly.
Dresses are the best.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to try some on. My mom was like, you should try on this dress anyways. Like, I just want to see what it looks like on. Tried it on and it had like the weirdest like skirt part to it. But it's so like almost high fashion. Is that how you would say? It's just a very bizarre
dress.
So
unique. It's just very unique.
But it's also kind of flattering in ways. I mean, the video I showed you, I'm wearing like neon colored socks and like
you're trying something on a dressing room. We're not walking the runway. Like,
yeah,
I
but
get
I
it.
will be walking the runway.
Yes.
So and I have a whole plan.
Walking the runway.
Correct. If you don't follow us on social media yet, you should, especially if you're a swiftie, because I have so many ideas for like things I want to film for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
So
I'm really excited. I just gotta get some shit together.
I know, it's like a month away. We don't have a way to get to Tampa. We don't have anywhere to stay.
That's what we're doing.
I only
immediately
know
after we're done recording.
10% of what I'm wearing. You know 0% of what you're wearing.
I know 50% of what I know.
You have a theory of what you're wearing.
35% of what I'm wearing.
Do you currently own it?
No.
So you don't know for sure.
I am going to order it today.
Okay.
And we're going to buy a plane ticket today.
Okay. I'm excited.
So by the next podcast, you'll hopefully hear that we have done all of these things.
Yeah. No, we kind of have a treat to do with our next episode.
Yes, we do.
A little segue into next week.
Yes. Really quickly though, I remembered something that I wanted to tell you about the Dominican Republic, and I feel like it wouldn't be appropriate for me to wait until the next episode to tell you.
I'm excited.
And I should just tell you now.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of scary.
Oh man.
So
okay.
Another kind of scary thing. So this is my first. I didn't even tell my mom about this, not intentionally. I just didn't. This is the first time I've ever been on the receiving end of something like this.
Oh.
So, Faith and I had like a swim up pool room. Like I sent you like a video, and like there was like a door off the side of our room. Like we had the sliding glass door that opened to the pool, and there was like another door out to the side that you could like walk into the stairs of the pool.
Okay. Like that sounds really cool. Normally I'd be like, oh my God. But because he said it's a scary story, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like not normally like a get a ground level room anywhere.
No,
like I don't
you're
like
against
that.
Ground levels. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Like the fact that you live on a ground level apartment gives me so much anxiety. Like I refuse. I would never live in an apartment on the first floor. So Faith had like passed out one night.
Wait, thanks for telling the internet I live on the first floor.
Well, sorry.
From this episode alone, they know that I live in a van and that I live on the first floor.
Yeah.
Like that is 20% of stalking done for you. You're welcome, internet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, it is.
And they know that we live within a block of each other. But okay. Anyway,
please stop giving more hints out. So I was like doing some shit, and Faith like passed out, and I'm like I have to have like some light source or I like scream kind of thing. So I like set up the bathroom light and like had it all cracked, and I was like laying down reading Harry Potter, and I had like just
laying down reading Harry Potter. Nerd. Okay.
Yes. And I had just put my book down and was like dozing off, and I hear this sound, and it was like loud. But I was like just far enough into sleep that I was like, oh, did I imagine that? Like, what is that? So the room's dark with the exception of like the bathroom light. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I like roll over and I yell at Faith. I'm like, hey, did you hear that? And she's passed the fuck out. Like, didn't hear shit. And I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, did I imagine that? And I like went to go lay down. I was like, no, I didn't. And I got up, and the second I fucking got to the end of the bed, that door was opening. Slowly was opening, and somebody was coming into our room. And I jumped on Faith, and I was like, Faith, somebody's coming in our room. Somebody's coming in our fucking room. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, somebody's coming in our room. They literally had like, because we had taken the beds that were next to the pool because we didn't have a lot of space in between the pool and like where you can walk and stuff. So we had put them against the door. And she had gone out that day and didn't lock the door when she came back in. And I didn't think to check it because we had just like locked it and left it. And I didn't think about it before going to bed. And so that sound I heard was somebody throwing those chairs out of the way. And then they were coming into our room, and it was the slowest like door open. Like they were trying to be quiet doing it, like pulling the door open. And I was like, oh my God, Faith. I was like, somebody's coming. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And I said to her, I was like, call security. And I went and we're in a big room, like it's a big room. So I went running to turn the lights on, and I turned around, and Faith is standing at that door and like trying to see whoever it was. And there was like no one there. And she like went chasing them all this stuff. And there's like security bushes like separating our doors and like the pool from like the rest of the resort. Like it was like walkways and stuff, but it was like a busy walkway.
So when you jumped up and started yelling at Faith, you scared them away.
Yeah, and then Faith had yelled like hello, and then like the door stopped opening, and she went over there and they like no one was there. And I was like,
but the door was cracked open and the chairs were moved.
The door was open. Like it wasn't cracked open. The door was like at least 75% of the way open. And I was like, what the fuck? I was shaking so bad. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And like
Oof.
Faith was like so dead asleep. It like scared the shit out of me. I was like, I could have fucking died and she wouldn't have, like, not that it's her fault, but it was just like one of those things where like everything like was stacking and I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah. And that's really scary because if it was during the day, someone could be coming in to rob you. If they're doing it in the dead of night, someone's coming in with harmful intentions.
Yeah, it was like midnight. So I was like, you know, I was like, do I call security? And Faith was like, there's literally no one out there. Like, what are they going to do? I was like, well, there's cameras. And like, the idea is like, there's security like all over at night.
Yeah.
Like they have security down at the beach to make sure people don't go swimming. Like there's security everywhere. And so I was like, well, I could just call them and tell them that somebody came into our room. She goes, I guarantee you it was somebody who was drunk and like thought our ground level room was theirs. And I was like, yeah, maybe, because she had done that too. Like before I got there, she had like walked up to multiple doors and was like trying to go in and it like wasn't the right room, but she was going from like the key side of the room. She wasn't going from like the pool.
Oh.
And so I was like, yeah, okay, and just like let it go. I did not sleep.
But you relocked the doors and put the chairs back in front and stuff?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I woke up probably like I fell asleep for probably like 45 minutes at a time that night.
But I feel like if the chairs were in the way, that's what would make it different than other rooms. Like you would know if you fucked with your chairs and put them in a weird spot.
And that was like kind of my thought is I was like you would know if you put chairs in front of your own room door.
Yeah, and at minimum, even if they just like if you call security and they're like, okay, we'll keep an eye on your area, that just even them saying that would help me sleep better.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like one of those things. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's such a bummer.
It scared the shit out of me. I've like never had that where like I'm genuinely like somebody's like coming in to the quote safe space that I'm in. And then I was like giving Faith a bunch of shit. I was like, why did you run to the door? And she was like, well, I was going to fight him. I was like, there was another door we could have just ran out of. I'm
a hider. No, I would definitely run away. I would grab phones and hide in the bathroom or
I feel
something.
like I'm normally like a fight kind of person, but like in that situation, I logically was like, no, Faith and I literally could just like, I was expecting her to like get up and like run with me.
Yeah.
Like to the door.
Yeah. Especially, not that you have time to like critical think in those situations, but if they're coming in with harm intention, they probably have a harm object of some sort.
Yeah.
You're not going to fight them off half asleep.
No, there were so many things that I was just like, oh, that could have been so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm glad you like yelled and that you had the light on because they probably maybe it like made them startle. So.
Yeah.
Because my first reaction would be to be quiet. I would never yell out like hello or hey, did you hear that? I would probably just silently get up and shake you. I would not make noise. But now I'm like, okay, making noise is good because you can scare them maybe.
Yeah, and to me it just like is like I would rather make noise sooner so that they couldn't get close enough to be like, if you make a sound, I'm gonna hurt you or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Make noise as soon as possible so that they would have to make a quick move and you could make a quick move to like
so scary.
Keep making noise. But
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck.
You didn't drown and you didn't get harmed.
No, it was great. I mean, honestly, like I don't blame anyone for that situation aside from the person that came into our room, but I don't have any guess whatsoever about what the fuck that was other than just fucking terrifying for me.
I'm not gonna think about it more.
Yeah. And like I will never stay on a ground floor fucking place ever again. But yeah, that was the last Dominican Republic story that I want to tell you before we wrapped this episode up, that I feel like again is really long.
Keep doing this.
I know, but it is what it is.
Yay. Well, next week we've got kind of like a fun episode coming up.
Yes.
And then of course we're probably going to give an update on our Taylor Swift adventures the week after that. And then I think the following week we'll be at Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So you'll get a Tampa episode.
Oh my God. There's so many things I need to get done in my life.
But I hope that you guys are all feeling well. We're almost done with winter. So if you are anywhere that there's snow, hang tight. Spring is coming.
We are almost out of that seasonal depression, you guys.
I can sense, like, seeing melted snow and, like, slush, like spring.
Oh,
it's almost time.
Today I had a thought where I was like, one day I'm gonna come down into this basement and there's gonna be some kind of bug on the floor and I'm gonna know it's spring.
Oh, how mixed
Yeah.
of a blessing that will be.
Yeah.
But, well,
thanks so much for listening, guys. We appreciate you so much. If you found this episode entertaining in any way, shape, or form,
tell your friends.
tell your friends.
Also, if you're listening, you are one of our friends, and so we're thankful for you.
Every day.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
So please subscribe.
We have something else fun we'll tell you about in the next episode, I think, too, because it's making a lot of noise right now. But thanks so much for listening, guys, and we will talk to you in the next episode.
Love you. Good night.
Ooh, that was spicy with the headphones and the new mics.